What it do, what it do, what it do. It definitely hit different, young code. What it do, what it do. I go by the name of BR. Double E representing that self-made hustle TV where the hustle has to be in you, not on you. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe. Today's topic is it's this documentary that I had watched years ago, like probably over 7 years ago. It's called Crack House USA. I had told y'all in prior, what's the names, that it was a lady who got caught with some drugs and she decided to flip. So the police was showing her pictures of these guys, asking her, do she know these guys, since she was dealing this certain type of drugs. And she was like, oh yeah, I know him. She was like, that's such and such, such and such. The law was asking, like, how do you know him? They was like, because they asked me to rent him a house. You know, and like drug dealers use women to, you know, put the drug houses in their name so they can, you know, get out the drugs in the house. So she was like, yeah, he asked me to, if my credit was good enough to get a house in El Cinco, salute, good morning. If my credit was good enough to get a house in my name for them so they could grind out of, and she had told him no, and the police was like, if you telling the truth, get him on the phone right now. They was asking her, what house was it? So she told them the block that the house was on. She said, get him on the phone right now. I mean, the police said, get him on the phone right now and tell him that you do want to rent, that you can rent him a house. And you know what happened with the house. Before the drug dealers got the house, but before they got in the house, man, you know what the police did. They bugged that motherfucker, man. Salute, Rebecca. They bugged that motherfucker, my nigga. This is like, dog, I'm gonna let y'all see and witness this shit that them niggas was saying in that house, bro. Like, this is really cheating for the laws. Like, really, they cheated like a motherfucker. But then again, it's on the criminals. You gotta be smarter, man. You got to be more smarter, man. Get this up off the screen real fast. We're gonna get into this real fast, Shout out to everybody, man. Double tap the screen for me, man. This is a reaction video on the fair use, man.
You know what I mean? It's all set up for destruction, man. You know what I mean? That's it. It's all set up for destruction, man.
90% of our fathers went there for us. They probably was on dope or ran off with somebody else. School only took us so far, and it was all on us after that. Either you had a wicked jump shot or you sling crack, bro. Those was our choices right there. Only positive thing you can do is try to take care of your kids. That's the only thing that'll make you a man out here.
You know, we live in an era where most of us die young, so we learned to really, really enjoy that little time that we got here with each other. We never will know when we leave. One group has to be at the bottom, and we were just that chosen group. I mean, look at the neighborhood. This the hood. You know what I'm saying? Like an ant farm, ant hill. People going to work, coming home. People raising their kids, cutting their grass. You know what I'm saying? We a society within societies here.
Not
It ain't fair at all. It ain't fair.
It was never fair. It was never fair to our ancestors, man. It was never fair.
I don't get it twisted. I don't sell no drugs. You know, I got a job, but you know what I'm saying? I make it look real easy. You know what I'm talking about? We make it look real easy over here. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing, you know, ain't nothing to it. You know what I'm saying? But to do it. So let it be what it is. Let it be what it be.
Rockford, Illinois. We in Rockford, Illinois.
This area is too bad out here. The area is too bad. It's too much shooting. They just killed 3 people over here on Cole last night. It's on the TV. Cole is right here. And it was some shooting last night that my granddaughter had to call the police. But they're shooting over here all the time. And most of the time, the police don't come over here. They catch you coming out your house or going in your house and stuff. It's just silly and ignorant to me.
Yeah.
You know, they divide up the city. The gangs and the drug dealer. And if they thinking you making a little bit more than they want to come over here, and then if you say no, then that's where the shooting and the killing, it starts. It's all over. It's all over. So, they just don't stop, and it's just all over money and power.
These men had good people, good mamas, good grandmas taking care of them. So don't be blaming it on I be tired of people, man, them households. Stop blaming it on the households, man.
There's only 2 things that'll happen to a young man that decides that he wants to be a drug dealer. He's going to prison, or he's going to the graveyard. Those are his only 2 options. There's not another option. It was horrific to sit in a courtroom and hear my son portrayed as this gangster kingpin. I asked my husband at least 4 or 5 times, what did he say? Did he say 42 years? Did he say 42 years?
Yes, ma'am, he did.
Oh, I miss him so much. I haven't seen his face in over 5 years. A little bit about 5 years. I was like, well, basically, but what did you do for 25 years? Because the only person people get like that, if you think is murderers, or rapers or something like that.
The other person is Dotson. His last name is Dotson. He got the 35 years. They were trying to say he was the king. The one that on the screen that y'all got right here on the screen, he got 25.
25 years. And I was really kind of upset about that.
He was in the gang. He sold drugs. He did what he did. The courts and society has convicted my son. I'm not going to convict him every day.
Look at this shit, y'all. What y'all was seeing is y'all seeing motherfucking a bugged trap house by the authorities. You are looking at for all y'all people who ain't never been in the streets that want to know what a drug house looks like, this is what it looks like. You on the inside of a drug house, y'all. Fair use. Just imagine the things, the conversations, the things that the police has seen these guys do on these goddamn cameras, man.
First of all, before I begin this letter, Mama, I want to tell you that you are very special to me, and you know that I love you. Thank you for loving me when I didn't love myself. Really, words can express how much I love you, so I just want to say thank you.
Chicago is my home. That's all I know. That's my city. I was a graffiti artist back when I was younger. I spray painted trains and walls, and I stayed out all night. The streets kind of raised me. I was always in the streets since I was young.
I would always display that I was a good child. But for hours when I was supposed to be in bed, I'll be watching and listening to the gangsters in the courtyard where we lived in the Jane Addams. I was fascinated by their lifestyle, and I wanted to be like that.
I got to a point in my life where I wanted to be a drug dealer. It was hard work, but I like how fast you reap the benefits. The money I made in Chicago was cool when I first started hustling, but as I got older, I realized it was just not fast enough. So I decided, like a few others I know, to take my show on the road. I went to several different towns in Illinois, Indiana, Minnesota, Kentucky, and ultimately laying my hat down at Rockford. While I was in Rockford, I ran across my stone brother, Duck, and we decided to work together.
At first, it was just business, but then it became like pleasure.
Rockford was not our home. We were invading someone else's territory. We were foreigners in a foreign land. Like, I never thought they'd go through so much to put us behind bars. I never thought they'd go through so much to get little old me.
I never was a good drug dealer, but for a long time, I was happy. Because I was one of them gangsters I fantasized being when I was little, seeing them in the courtyard. Truly in my heart, I do not regret going to Rockford.
Boy said they don't regret it. Double tap the screen for me, man. Double tap the screen with some free shit. Like
between about 2001 up through 2005, there was a growing presence of hardened Chicago gang members that were coming out to Rockford and taking over the drug business. Word began to spread about this guy named Duck and members of the Titanic Stones.
We kept hearing his name Duck, that he was from Chicago, that he was putting on a lot of dope here in Rockford. He was just a young guy, but he had a real reputation. People were afraid of him, just a little guy. The talk on the street, informant information was that this group run by Duck, Titanic Stones, were trying to take over the drug trade in Rockford, and they were moving real strong.
When they arrived here in Rockford, there was definitely a power struggle, Chicago versus Rockford. We'd have our robberies, our shootings. There have been murders here.
Every so often, somebody comes into power. It's just like anything else in life, you know, any business or any, you know, something always rises to the top. It was an epidemic, that's basically what it was. 'Cause they were shooting a lot of people.
Random gunfire was taking place, a lot of it directed to housing developments in the city. We were having multiple shots fired during these shootings. There was one particular incident that took place on Underwood Street on a Saturday afternoon. There was a running gun battle in the middle of the street. There were 60 rounds exchanged. There were 60 casings in the street. And it was a miracle that nobody was killed. I mean, there were children out playing, the rounds were flying, and everything went back to Duck.
Now we're coming up on Central. We're still on the west side of town here in Rockford. We're gonna go by the Auburn Street McDonald's where Julio Allen, a member of an opposite gang here in Rockford, was confronted by Duck Davis and Bradford Dotson.
Bradford Dotson, who had the nickname of Hustler, played the role of enforcer. Duck's orders at the McDonald's restaurant at Auburn and Central tried to carry out a hit in retaliation for a home invasion at one of the gang's drug houses. They found out Julio Allen was there. Davis gave the order, and Bradford Dotson fired several rounds through a plate glass window.
When you got someone firing rounds inside a McDonald's like that, that's unacceptable. That's when I said, I want this Duck. This guy has got to go down. We initiated a federal case. Did an awful lot of surveillance, following people, watching people, talking to informants. We started to see the pattern, the way they were selling narcotics was the same. He was using different locations in the city, renting houses. Normally he would have a lady rent the house in her name. Nobody would live there. They would just use it strictly to sell drugs.
The end game for us here was to take out the organization as a whole. The Rockford Police Department had executed search warrants at many of these drug houses and only gotten small quantities of crack cocaine or heroin, almost always heroin. And he was never there.
Nigga never not there, boy. The nigga is, hey, even in these wiretap tapes, bro, I'm gonna tell y'all something. Man, that nigga don't even step foot in the living room. Like, Bro, when he come drop out the drugs, bro, that nigga never even step foot in the living room, bro. He go through the back door, in the kitchen, make the dealings, grab the money, and he gone. That niggas don't, them niggas didn't even step foot in the house, dog. Like, that's crazy.
He wasn't the one selling it. We were lucky enough to have a confidential informant who was providing us with a wealth of information and told us that she had been approached and asked if she would be interested in renting a house on behalf of Duck and the Titanic Stones.
So, a female got caught with some drugs and she decided to flip. And they asked her, did she know these guys, these two guys, Dotson and I forget what his name is. And she was like, yeah, I know them. They told me, they asked me that I want to rent a house for them. And the law was like, they told you that they want to rent a house for them. Tell them, yes, you're going to rent the house. We going to get it. The police is going to take control of the house, and again, we're going to bug it and everything. So just get them. Shit's crazy, fool. Let's get the house for them. Double tap the screen.
Yeah, I was selling crack. I was selling dime bags, 20s, 8 balls.
Just stay informed.
I mean, I was good at it. I'm not going to sit there and say I'm good at it. I just slipped up one time because I was drunk. I was messed up and forgot to take it out and went to jail, and they found it in the jailhouse. Some people say they ain't scared of going to prison. That's a lie. Everybody's scared to go to prison because I was scared to go to prison. I had to make a decision and had to make it quick. And anybody in my shoes, anything, probably would have did the same thing if you really cared about your kids, you know. Everybody call me snitches. Okay, I'll be a snitch. My kids is more important than any of y'all, anybody. My kids and my family come before anything.
But you wasn't thinking about that when you was selling them bags. See, that's why, and shout out to my females. I don't be liking females in the drug game, my nigga, because it's too easy for the police to get to them. When they raid your boyfriend, what's the first thing they do? They go to the lady and they tell her they're gonna take her kids away if they don't tell her what your boyfriend doing. Like, that shit be too easy. Like, it'd be too easy to make women flip. Like, they be so in their feelings about shit. My kid, bitch, you was selling bags, huh? Excuse my language, y'all. You was selling bags. I hate the rat shit, fool. I just can't stand people who can't stand on they bullshit that they made. Like, I don't like that, dog.
Duck looks like the coolest person. I'm talking about, like, the coolest person. You look into it, you be like, oh, he's a low connect, but he's the scariest person. If you get to know him, you see how he really is. He's the dangerous man period. I haven't seen in my life because he's very dangerous. I'm talking about he had more power than Scarface. That's how I'm telling you. That man was big. They would have killed me if they found out I want them down, I went down. They would have killed me. I'd be dead. Yeah. I mean, it's a chance I had to take.
Summer's coming on now.
Yeah. Pop. Gonna get hot, gonna get busy.
You have any time off? Because I got to bale all that hay.
You still gotta protect the street, too.
I grew up in a small town here, real small town. Not even in the small town, outside the small town. Grew up on a farm, raised beef cattle. When I was growing up, I actually wanted to stay on the farm and raise cattle. And Dad told me that the market was going bad with cattle and there wasn't any money in it, so I had to get a job in town. This is where I ended up. He does have a pretty gait.
Yeah.
Beginning of the case, I was working in the narcotics unit, and my brother was in the gang unit. And we were both working both angles of it. And Barry came to me one day and said, hey, man, I got an idea. Do you think this will work? He told me that he had an informant, and the informant had been approached and asked to rent a house, and then the house would be used for a drug house. And they wanted to wire the house up with video and audio. And I said, yeah, I think we can make that happen.
This is where the house was. The house was donated to us. It was scheduled for...
The motherfuckers donated. After they done did all that shit, the owners was like, nigga, shit, I don't want nothing to do with that motherfucker. Here, give it to the city, man. Give it to the cops. But nigga, them hoes donated the house to the authorities. Like, here, just take a free house. Like, that's crazy.
Demolition. That's the spot right there. And it was pretty much disgusting when we got it, but they were kind enough to just let us do whatever we wanted to do. We parked in this driveway and carried lots and lots of carpeting and junk inside.
Well, we chose a location because at the time, the targets that we're looking at, we're looking for an east side spot. This is our near east side of town, Rockford. They were looking for a spot that had alleys, that was pretty much hidden from the general traffic, but could be accessible to somebody that want to get in and get out.
It was boarded up. Every window, every door was boarded up. Inside, the carpet was rotten. The flooring was a mess. All the utilities were not functioning. We would come over in our undercover vehicles. We would paint carpet, do electrical work, plumbing, just totally redo the house. But we added things to it. Video and audio.
Bingo. Video and audio, y'all.
Talking to our technical people, ATF's technical people, we determined in order to do what we wanted to do, we would have to hardwire.
Nah, they just really cheated the game, bro. Really cheated, fool. Like, really cheated, fool. You get a house, they bug the motherfucker before you moved in, and nigga, and they watch you sell drugs, listen to you talk about unalive bodies, all types of shit like that.
The house to our listening post. And by hardwire, I mean we needed a cable run directly from that house to wherever we set up a command post / listening post. Fortunately, one day we were in a room talking, and a sergeant from the community relations happened to be in there, and he heard the problem and said, "I've got just a spot for you." Went out, looked at it, it was perfect.
The factory or command center that we used was an old model paint factory. From the third or fourth floor, wherever we were, we had a bird's eye view of the house looking north.
Nigga, this some movie shit, nigga. Normally, you see the motherfucking, even in the movies, you see them hoes when they setting up, watching somebody, they sit in the van outside the spot. Oh, nah, this ain't that, bitch. Nah, bitch, we gonna get an abandoned building and we'll sit in this hole till the motherfucking moon drop, nigga, watching y'all. It's crazy, fool.
And the command center was set up so that there was a monitoring room where you'd have 3 agents at 3 separate monitoring stations and then a supervisor in the room. And each of those stations monitored a particular room in the house at 1023 Kishwaukee. One for the kitchen, one for the dining room, one for the living room. Nobody could guarantee that after all that hard work that the Titanic Stones wouldn't just say we're not interested anymore, or that they would think something was up. So there were some tense days leading up to August 9th.
But when I took Doug to show him that,
you see how close that house is, bro? Y'all see that them laws can sit in the building and just monitor this house like this, bro, like this. Right there, fool. These fools didn't expect nothing, man, nothing. But who would?
House today. He loved it. He loved it. I'm talking, he fell in love with it. He said, man, call that motherfucking landlord right now and tell me you want it. He said, it's low key, it's off of the back in the alley. It's entrance for the smokers to come in from the alley and nobody gonna see him. It's 2 ways to come in from the back way. He wanted it. We didn't even use the front door. He wanted it. He was like, tell him, yeah. So I called. I was like, Doug wants it. He said he wants it. I said he likes it. I said he loves it.
So it's a go on the house.
Finally, on August 9th, it worked out. And within a very short period of time, a couple of hours, the keys were turned over. And within an almost identical short period of time, they're moving it.
Check this out, y'all. Let the fun begin.
Bro, you gotta get out, man.
Yeah. No beds, nigga, ain't no beds. Just the couch, the TV, the table, and the video game, man. Welcome to the trap, man.
Alright, come on, maintain our shit up, man. Alright, you got it right.
Hey, now that I'm thinking about it, you know how like us southern slangs, we call drug houses traps? We call drug houses traps. I'ma let that shit sink in with y'all.
Alright. I know you had to run that groundwater. So that's the motherfucking Rockford building inspection.
About some guys in Rockford. Rockford, Chicago. I mean, yeah, Illinois, that's in Chicago.
What's up, G-Ball?
Names, they saying names on camera and everything.
Oh, wait. Gotta turn the swing, bro. Yeah.
I'm watching this documentary called Life in the Drug House.
That swing getting back the other way.
When we pulled up, it was like a regular little trap. He ain't look like nothing suspicious or nothing like that.
The first time I saw it, I just looked at it as another trap. I mean, we had so many. It was crazy one day because the first time I ever went.
Real Spill TV, I don't care what nobody say. A trap, that shit came from Atlanta. They start like a trap, anything. We nobody called it that before Atlanta did. I'm sorry. I just
over there. My girl dropped me off. And when she was dropping me off, she said, baby, I've been staying in Rockford all my life, and ain't nobody never lived in that house. So the first thing I said, well, what the fuck does that mean?
You see furniture coming in, and Duck, and Little Steve, and Bradford Dodson, and Ambrose Jones. They're carrying couches, they're carrying chairs in, and they're setting up shop. That night, they're selling dope.
Y'all
all together? Yeah. What's up, Mark? 40. You know y'all got...
Glamorizing the shit would be telling somebody to go out and do it or do it this way. We ain't glamorizing this shit. This is a documentary to show you the in-depths. Cause a lot of you motherfuckers ain't never even been in one, but be claiming that y'all so hood and so street. Ain't nobody glamorizing this shit. I'm showing you this can happen to your ass from doing this shit. This is what I'm saying to you, fool. I done been there. A lot of you motherfuckers ain't never been in these situations like this before.
Y'all gotta do one. Yeah, that's what he said. That's no problem.
Niggas hitting legs, niggas doing everything in that bitch.
Thank you.
We call them dope houses. That's what we call them all in Texas. Nigga, old dope house, nigga. That's what we call that. Alright. What's no trap then? This is the definition of a trap. Trap your ass.
Putting video and audio in a living and breathing drug house and turning the keys over to the gang when you wanted to turn them over, that had never been done before.
Never.
It is really...
This has never been done before in all the drug dealing from white, Spanish to black. This has never been done. This was too easy for the laws. They don't get it this easy, y'all. They don't get it this easy.
An underclass and subculture that most people really never see. I remember a phone call that I received from Barry Cunningham when I wasn't in the monitoring room. And Barry's words were, we're in a hornet's nest here.
Dude, somebody kind of get twice. I'm squeezing his ass. He can get low.
I remember trap music, man. Trap music. Who has a CD called Trap Music? It was T.I. It was T.I. It was T.I., bro. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's what I remember. They even got a trap house museum in Atlanta. Like, trap music museum. Bro, I'm thinking that it came from Atlanta, man. I'm just insinuating.
Man, come on, that's 10 millimeters. Ain't no
Hey,
10
I'm just
millimeters.
insinuating. I didn't say he came up with the word. I'm saying that's the first time I ever heard trap. Bro, it was the CD, but that's all they was talking about. Sitting in the trap.
See them rockets in there. Always talk like a motherfucker.
I've been working narcotics for many, many years and spent countless hours on surveillance, whether or not it's in the back of a van or a squad car, sitting back with binoculars watching drug houses or watching people deliver drugs or purchase drugs. So you always had a good concept of what it was like from the outside, but you never knew what it was really like on the inside. Well, this gave us the opportunity to take an inside seat in that drug house and determine exactly what was taking place.
These niggas playing with guns, one in the hole, playing with him, could have shot his homeboy face out. All this is on camera, bro. All this shit is on camera, bro. You can't say, it wasn't me, or I wasn't there. Man, you can't say none of that shit.
You a fucking duty, man. Just because you ain't see it, it could have been stuck in the trap. Cock it back, Mom. You could have popped it. I decocked it, Mom. I was going to shoot you right. You would have shot me right in the balls. This a decock, Mom. Look at it. This boy's slick. It's just beat up. That gun got a body on it. This motherfucker. You know I have. This gun got a body on it. Hell yeah. This gun got a body on it? I'm sitting me out here with that gun. It's hard. Man, this gun is hot, bro. Gee, look at this, man.
I was here from about 5 o'clock in the morning every morning until midnight, 2 o'clock every night. It was just miserable hot every day. Everybody was miserable. Everybody was complaining at me because I was the guy who's supposed to be handling the gear and I just couldn't keep it cool enough. It was a learning experience, I think, for everybody there. This is the first time you actually saw what happened in a drug house. They were just living like regular people live. Watching TV, playing video games, visiting with their friends. Just that normal life was interrupted by selling drugs and playing with guns and counting money.
Scary looking at
Look at it.
Hey, the boy, the big one that was standing up right here at first, this him on the screen right here. It's him on the screen right there.
If there's not criminal activity going on, then the court order provides that you have to turn off the recording devices.
So they said that, and then I guess in these times, they said if it's no criminal activity going on, they gotta turn the tapes off. But the motherfucking law said every single minute was criminal activity. So they never could turn this shit off and take a break. The niggas said they were mad at me because the motherfucking recording devices was getting hot. They recording these motherfuckers so long that the recording devices start malfunctioning and getting hot, nigga. Yeah.
Most often, everything that was going on in that house was criminal in nature because there was almost always drugs around or a gun in the room. Almost everybody was a convict.
How can you turn the recording down? Just say somebody sit a gun on the table and they just sit there asleep for 3 or 4 hours with the gun on the table. You can't turn it off. You can't turn the recording off because the gun's sitting on the table and then man is a felon. So we gotta let the camera roll till them niggas remove the gun off the table or whatever, stop doing criminal shit.
Felon, so everything was criminal in nature.
Go to the window. I snort so loud.
I mean, it was a pretty simple operation. Whoever was in the house at that time.
See how they had the door locked? Nigga, they had a lock at the bottom of the door, boy. You really in the trap, man. If you got all the locks on the door like that, and niggas had a lock on the bottom part, damn near where your feet is.
Who would come to the door. They knew the majority of the people coming to the door because of the fact that they were dealing with them on a regular basis. I mean, they would lay around all day long on the couch, just waiting for someone to knock on the door so they could sell dope to them.
Windows, G. For me? Yeah, windows, G. It's the window, Ross. It's the window.
Yeah, they got shit on.
What's wrong with the window?
What can a lawyer do, man, when you record it? This the best evidence ever, Sharon.
Here you go. You want some supper?
So what y'all go see on camera in the trap house, y'all gonna watch this nigga basically put the paws on his baby mama on camera, another crime. That's why they never can stop rolling. It's always crime being committed in this bitch. He was gonna drop the refrigerator on her head. God damn.
This group was associated with so much violence. Once those microphones were turned on and those cameras were turned on, while there was some relief that it was working, the tension didn't necessarily subside, because it became very obvious to us that this gang was for real. And the reputation that preceded them was one that was appropriate.
I don't know what she did. That's just a baby mama. I don't know what she did.
The last thing in the world we wanted to do would bring violence to a neighborhood. And we set this house up. So, God forbid we brought violence into the neighborhood and somebody got hurt. We were always concerned about that.
Fuck that. Man, let's get these motherfucking lights up to 100, man. It is 500 people in here. Once again, 500 people. Let's get these lights up to 100 on the video. Just some free shit. Just double tap the screen. If it's 3 dots, just bow, 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 bow. That's all you gotta do for me. Some free shit. You know what I'm saying?
You know, that was something that we had to keep in mind, and we couldn't let it get out of control.
Now it's about to get real in the field.
Hell yeah, slave master.
Oh shit. Bring fully autos out and let us just tear this motherfucker up. Start tearing the motherfucking projects up. It's gonna get ugly. For real. Put your helmet on. Put your 3D glasses on, pussy, because you know we coming straight at you.
Every evening, the shit would hit the fan. I really can't think of a better way of saying it. The shit would just hit the fan. Several times, they'd just jump up and say, let's go shoot so-and-so. And just be like, okay, now we gotta stop this. And usually they'd end up talking about it for 5 minutes, smoking dope, playing video games, and forget about it. So you didn't have to do anything. It took care of itself. But nevertheless, it was every night. Every night. So we got to be just kind of a laugh. We'd all wait around there.
Y'all just imagine y'all in there cracking jokes in the trap house, and the laws is in the abandoned building cracking jokes on y'all. Man, ain't that some hoe ass shit? Like cracking jokes on y'all, just licking their chops. Can't wait till it's time for that dough to come down, man. This is Crazy.
Come the 7 o'clock catastrophe every night.
That's the police, man. That's that fat mark that was walking around in the grave. I don't know. Yeah, I'm figured out by here. It's over. Where that thing at? Right there. Where the police at? Right there. Where? What the fuck was you doing?
Look how niggas go to running once the police outside.
Be fucking with cats, Mo. Man, that could be a sin-off, man. Well, we need to put the bank in the car, G. Dang, watch the windows, G.
What is you putting a gun in the car gonna help you? Nigga, you in raids, when the laws raid houses, they search the cars too that's in the yard, fool ass niggas. You can tell these were some new niggas.
Come on, man. Grab the shield and take out this walk, man. Right. But you gotta grab the shield since they're taking a bang and leaving a bag of shells, G. Hey, I'm going to the Batmobile. Bro! To the back door.
Double tap the screen for me, y'all.
Oh, there right there. Man. I'm sure. That's why we need curves. Yeah. Come on, Sherry. Yo, man. You was gonna swallow all that.
I was gonna choke this out. I'm gonna be on the floor straight here.
That shit ain't gonna kill you. We said the best dope in rock. They got you all hooked. You got one both. You got the best dope in this here. Gotta play it back like we got the best dope in Rockford, by the way. As we gonna be here in court. We got the best dope in Rockford. We gonna be playing that shit over.
That nigga said, we got the best dope in Rockford. They gonna be playing that shit over. We got the best dope in Rockford. They gonna be playing that shit over. We got the best dope in Rockford. We got the best dope in Rockford. Bro, these wordery, the wordery, y'all. The wordery. We got the best dope in Rockford. Oh, man, dog. Come on, man.
Repeat that little thing. We got the best dope in Rockford. We got the best dope in Rockford.
No new niggas want no bullshit like this when you living that life for real. Some shit you just don't.
I didn't find out that he started selling drugs until I was.
Floyd, man, you're not gonna think about listen, man, when we in a trap, we thinking these walls are sacred and safe, bro. We gonna say a lot of shit, bro. We gonna do a lot of shit. See, it could have been worse. Cause in the trap, motherfuckers cook drugs too. See, these motherfuckers was just the workers. Like, a worker don't cook drugs or nothing. He just his job is to stay in the trap on his shift and serve the licks that come. The way, when we was in the drug house, bro, they would have gave us probably 50 years, bro. We cooking up drugs in the house, bro. Luckily, they never got caught doing none of that shit. That manufacturing shit will get you fucked off. Like, fucked off.
17, 16 or 17. I walked in the room. And he was cutting it up. Man. So, I was just like, I didn't say nothing. He just told me to get out the room. Not until the feds was looking for him, we really sat down and had a talk. And I was like, Montreal, you need to change your life. I said, there are so many things you can do. I'm like, you can do things that your other friends can't do. I just found out recently some of them can't even read. You know, he could read. He knows how to play the saxophone. And trust me, I used to try to, like, you know, whatever instrument he used to play, I used to try to learn how to...
Mantronics, that's not what it's made for. Sex is leisure. When you in the trap, we at work. Ain't no sex. Ain't no sex. You can't have sex while you at work, while you at the job. Well, you could if you wanted to, but you know you're gonna get fired. Ain't no sex while you on shift, man. If that nigga knew that you was having sex with a female while you on shift with that work, he'll probably beat you up and kick you up out the trap.
The saxophone, it is hard. All those notes and all that, it is so hard. But his ass mastered the saxophone and can play that goddamn saxophone. I asked him, well, I said, why? And he said, well, I walked in a room and I ain't never seen that much money in my life. All at once. I never seen it, and I wanted that. That's what he said. I wanted that.
You see my great-grandma? Yeah, my grandma don't want nobody to spank it or do nothing to it. Ow. Okay. This is our little family. Montreal, we love him too, even though he's in jail.
I miss him.
Yeah, I do too. Let me tell you something that I told Montreal and everybody else in jail. They did not send for you. This was your choice. They did not send for you. You don't have to do what you see little Johnny do, little Calvin do. You don't have to do this. I know plenty of people that I knew that was doing things wrong, even since I've been grown. Did I get out there and do it? No, because I know better. Everybody has a choice. That's including Montreal and everybody else. You and everybody else. We have a choice.
This is why I be like, man, grandmothers, people who raised by grandmothers, bro, you know right from wrong. Because it's levels to age. Like, our mamas was raised different, we was raised different, and our grandmas was raised different too. So if you would have a chance for you to have to stay with your grandma, man, you definitely know the difference between right and wrong, man.
Because you don't have to do what the next person do. I'm like me. I am my own model. And a lot of people talking about these basketball players and these movie stars, they try to portray these people as role models. They are not no role model. I am the role model in my house. That's what you should do. Stand up, mother and father, and be the role model in your house.
USA. Type in Crack House USA.
All we have to do is pray.
Get this motherfucker to 124 more likes. Subscribe to the station.
Okay, Miss Shabbat.
Man, subscribe to the station, man. Share this shit out, man. Double tap it. We need 25 more likes and we can just rock and roll, man. That's all we need.
Yeah.
This is the first time a child in my family get on the past back.
Granny ain't playing no games, man.
So hopefully we'll be back home soon.
But at the same time, when you see how the granny lived, you can understand why the grandson felt like he was trying to make shit better for them. You know what I'm saying? You got grandmothers who don't even own a car. They got to walk and catch the bus everywhere and shit now because of your mistakes. You thought you was making it better for them, getting your grandma to where they go because you got a little bit of money. When the money took away, now look at Granny. Granny's struggling, trying to take care of the grandbabies and her own babies. Like, make sure you got money on your books and business and shit, man.
Bad out here.
And no more than strain. I'm trying to get up out of this strain.
Like, come on, man. This is some shit that people need to see, fool. Should be top priority, nigga. I wish my grandpa was still alive. I be wanting to talk to him about so much shit. Man, that baby look white. You know what I'm saying? God bless that old lady's heart, man. God bless her heart, man. God bless my mama's heart. I'm glad I figured it out and learned. You know what I'm saying? Don't realize, bro,
If you came to
just trying to get a little bit of money can tear your mama apart, bro. Just trying to get you a little bit of change and feel like you making shit better for you, dog. You tearing your family apart, man.
my house when I was growing up, oh, you knew it was a holiday. We be eating like mad, 24 hours, all day, all evening, all night. You could smell the nuts, the cakes, the pies. We had a big pot of chitlin. Then you had a big pan of macaroni and cheese. And then you had a big bowl of potato salad.
Thank you for
Then you had a
everything,
shrimp
son.
salad. And you had fried peach pies. You had the sweet potato pies, custard pies, and gravy pot of greens, gravy pot of string beans, salt pork going all through these baked beans and strips of bacon on the top. You ever had grits and
I be like, you glorifying this shit. Nah, I'm not glorifying this shit, man. This is a reminder to myself. This is a reminder to myself. Man, I'm never going back to doing this shit, nigga. If I gotta work 3 jobs, nigga, and come home and only get 2 hours of sleep, my nigga, I'm doing it, nigga.
chicken. Well, see, that's what my grandmother would do sometimes just for breakfast. We always had food. My house is my life, the memories and the things that I used to do there, and the cooking, and it's nothing like having something of your own. You don't have to worry about nobody running over your head, and you keep your house clean in your backyard, and you can always go out there to cook and enjoy yourself. We were all, might as well say, raised up in that house. The house was my grandparents' house. He was born there. Letitia in Montreal was born there. Even though it is in the shamble, I feel like I'm at home. And I always go over there to clean up and sweep up. I can't wait to get back over there. When I go over there, I hate to come back this way. Hyde Park offers so much that the other areas to me don't offer.
Hyde Park, it's...
Hey, but then look, this is what's gonna kill y'all, fool. Y'all gonna see the 2 different sides of people and drug dealers. You got Dawson, then you got old boy on the screen. You're gonna see the 2. You got one grandmother who tried to raise them and it was a struggle, who has to walk around. Then you got the other mother who was able to get up out of there and get a good job, and the young boy still sold drugs. You get what I'm saying? He still went and sold drugs, man. This nigga mama riding in the Cadillac right now. You know what I'm saying?
Always been nice.
But with the same morals instilled. The same morals that the grandma got instilled, the mother got the same morals instilled. It don't matter about like that. The morals is something that you project out of you, not something that you can buy or live in or drive around. You know what I'm saying?
Really hear about crime happening over here, if ever. But everybody wants to live in Hyde Park because it's quiet, it's considered safe, but it's really expensive to live in here.
It's called Crack House USA, Jay. That's what it's called.
But this is where Daryl,
Crack House
he
USA.
really grew up in Hyde Park, because I used to live on 47th and on Lake Park. And we'll go down there as well. And that's where it all started. The ditching school, the hanging out with the wrong crowd.
Not stay and try to.
That's where it started.
And everybody, you know, wants to be gangster. Yeah.
Daryl had a chance.
You know what, man? I be thinking that the gangsterness just comes with drugs, man. You can't be. How many drug dealers go to church? And I don't mean just on Sundays. I mean go to youth meetings, vacation Bible school, all that. Like what how many drug dealers do that? None. None, bro, really. None, boo. Motherfucker, I believe that drug dealers start going to church at the end of their routes. Meaning when they're almost about done. It's just my opinion.
He didn't have to make the choices he made. He had role models. Here's Hyde Park Academy. That's where he went to high school. It would have been a totally different ball game had I had my act together.
See, sometimes the mama that
I fell prey to the streets. And obviously, you know, he did too.
No.
Things like this. Where? What was that, B.O.? Let me see. You were in jail, right? Yeah. Yeah, what's up, bro? I wasn't in jail. I know you wasn't. You want some hard, don't you? Yeah, that's right, boy. How many you want? Well, I want one. Give me one squares, son. I don't know. You bust them down? What's that? You know what I mean? Oh, make them bust down. Yeah, you got your missile with you? Yeah, bro. Yeah. Do that shit, right? Yeah, right. No problem, man. It's nothing else. See that? Clean. I see.
I don't blame you, bro.
Get that what he got.
All right, guys. Thanks, man.
Yeah. So you know where the spot at now?
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Bring a friend or something.
All right, bro. Thanks, man.
That's crazy. Watching these niggas hit lick.
It was interesting.
It's like they put the cameras right exactly where they knew they was going, where the niggas was gonna be hitting the licks at. The laws just had a feeling. Well, I just got a funny feeling that they're gonna be right here most of the time, hitting all the licks. God damn.
And I guess disturbing at the same time what the customer base was. And there were people from all walks of life. People who looked like they just gotten off work at 5:30 and stopped at the drug house to get their heroin fix. People who clearly were well on their way to becoming heroin addicts. Young people, teenagers, people from all walks of life.
2007,
You'd see the soccer moms showing up in the minivan getting dope. You'd see, the hardcore drug addicts. You'd see black, white, male, female, young, old, anything. It was just all over the place.
Let's see, bro. 360.
Man, they have no idea what's going on. Take me a while, dog. This shit is scary, It's scary.
Many times your victims.
Dog, saying shit like this is the reason I will never, ever fuck with this shit ever again. El Cinco, never, bro. If they can do you like this, dog, I'm done, bro. This is cheating to me. The laws cheated. They didn't even work. They did not do no work. All they did was sit in a chair in an abandoned building and listen on headsets and listen to everything and record everything that was said over and over and over.
Are not the best citizens themselves, but they're still a victim. How'd they get to this point? They're taking their life in their hands to go to a neighborhood they know nothing about, to walk into a house they know nothing about. There's guys in here with guns, to purchase a little bag of powder. What went so wrong in their lives to put them to that point? And this is a small part of a huge picture. How big is this drug problem throughout the world? It's beyond explanation. It's huge.
The life I had, the hard part, I made it hard. I had an easy life. I had my parents did the best they could with what they had.
8 more lights, man. 8 more lights. Double tap the screen 8 times.
I had wonderful.
That's it.
Wonderful, loving parents, and although my home was semi-dysfunctional, my parents did everything in their power to make sure I didn't use drugs.
Salute, raw reaction.
Had I not used, would he not have sold drugs? I can't say that for sure. He had a huge influence from his father, and he wanted to be just like Daddy. And Daddy was a dope dealer. He had no respect for me.
Hey, y'all gotta
I was addicted to.
Man, the hustle has to be in you, not on you, bro. You can act like you getting some money. Selling drugs and hustling is 2 different things, man. Selling drugs, a nigga might sell a pack and go spend it on some J's. Man, hustling, nigga, you have to put it back into the pot. It has to. That's the whole point. We trying to multiply the pie, make that bitch big.
The cocaine. He had no respect for me. But his father, on the other hand, that's who he respected.
It looked like the nigga had the refrigerator in front of the door or something, right? Look like hey, welcome to the trap. Nigga put the refrigerator in front of the door so the jackets can't come and get you. All the laws.
Duck in the video footage came across as somebody who was.
Remember I told y'all, these the nigga in the white, these are the big timers. Meaning these are the bosses. Them niggas never went past the kitchen. I'm telling you, when these niggas is seen in this house, they never went past the kitchen and the back door. They come by, pick up the money, drop off the drugs, whatever y'all got going on inside the trap, keep it going on inside the trap. I'm just here to pick up my money, nigga. I'm not doing none of that. Them niggas was on some shit.
He's always in control. When he walked in, anybody who was in the house sort of perked up, and Duck was there for one reason, which was to deliver drugs and to pick up the money, most importantly.
Duck was in charge, and nobody else knew who Duck knew. Duck had the contacts in Chicago. When he made a transaction in Chicago, no one was allowed to be with him during that transaction. They'd have to wait.
Plugs, nigga. Hey, plugs, like in the movies. Why did you bring him with you? Y'all ain't never seen in the movies when they say, why did you bring him with you? Nigga, that shit is real. I'm not dealing with you long as he's here type shit. That's real.
He kept that confidential. You know, that was
no
his
one should never know the
ace in the
plug.
hole
Never.
with
It
these
ain't my
guys.
business.
Because he knew one of them would go out and try to make a contact with them otherwise.
I have to, hey, Latrice, Fly Hood, whoever that is, Latrice, I have to stop and go it because it's a reaction video, so we won't get flagged, ma'am. You have to stop it. You can't just run it through somebody else's content, just run it through like that. You have to stop and pause and react. This is a reaction video. Oh my God. And I stop it to it's new people coming in. You gotta let them know where we at and what's going on. You have to let them know what's going on. If I just sat here and somebody just jumped in, they wouldn't even know what the fuck we talking about.
When he needed to re-up or get more crack cocaine, he went into the city.
I mean, respectfully.
Duck never drove himself. Most often his driver was Ambrose Jones, somebody who was in his very tight inner circle, somebody he trusted. It was a car that was in somebody else's name, a big black SUV. We later found out had a hidden compartment. But he went in and picked it up, brought it back to Rockford, where he mixed it and stored it at his girlfriend's house, away from where he slept or did his business.
Man, I don't give a fuck what a nigga say. A nigga, I don't even want your money. If a nigga like saying, if I tell a nigga I'm going to the plug, and a nigga be like, man, let me give you your money, man, I'll be like, just wait till we get on the back end. Hold your money. Hold what you got till you get what you need. That was my favorite saying. Hold what you got till you get what you need, man. I don't even want you even to see none of that type of activity. You're not going to see Jose. You're not going to get to see El Guapo. No, you're not seeing him. You're not going to get to see Pepe. I'm sorry, you're not.
Anytime one of the drug houses that was being operated was out of drugs, whoever was working would use the Nextel phones, inform him that they needed more product.
Is that cereal gone? We ain't got no more cereal. Fuck. So no thanks.
And then you'd see Duck, driven by Ambrose, go over in that
Y'all know this old because you heard how he was talking to them niggas. He was talking to them on the chirps. Y'all remember the Boost Mobile chirps and Motorola chirps and all that shit, nigga? He was chirping them niggas.
Escalade to the Chestnut Street house, pick up a pack, go to the drug house, drop it off, pick up the money, and then take off.
Got him. They got him. See, this is what they were waiting on. They were waiting on to catch him inside that bitch, and they finally caught him inside that bitch. Ain't that something? Damn.
It ain't safe around here. It be shoot, fights, all type of stuff. That's how I know it's bad. It's a gunshot bullet right here.
Yeah, they got them play by
That's how much they shoot over here.
This shit raw. Like,
We was sitting on my couch and all we heard was gunshots. I had to jump on the floor like, oh my God.
bro, when this
They is shooting.
when this
Glad
shit
my
came
kids
out,
wasn't here.
man, nigga, I was so
Boys just
scared, nigga.
get to fight for no reason. And I knew I'm like, I feel ever since I got shot, I just feel like I'm so
You good, boy?
terrified of guns. I feel like I know when they gonna get drawn. I just jumped in my car like, girl, I'm finna go. Something finna happen. As soon as I said that, dude jumped in his car, reversed, almost hit his friend, and just got to shooting. I took off.
God damn it.
I got pregnant when I was 18, so I was with him a few years. I was close with him until he got him another girlfriend. But he wasn't no bad person.
Now, I know y'all
like the streets made it say.
I know y'all like, why I don't got his pictures? Because it ain't no pictures of him, bro. It's hard to find pictures. See, I be digging for shit, like paperwork and pictures. It's hard to find pictures of this guy, fool. Like, the pictures that they got is the pictures that's on this documentary. I couldn't find no pictures.
He was just out here trying to feed his kids. People got to make it. So that's what he tried to get out here and do. He felt like he had kids and they had to eat. So I don't think it was wrong. Because it's hard out here. And it is. It breaks my heart that I can't see him like I want to. Yeah. Then my kids, they want to see him and they can't. I don't know. But wish he wasn't locked up. He left me with 2 kids. That's the only thing I was really mad about. I had 2 kids by him, and he go get locked up.
First met Duck in like 96, 97, when our gang was in tour with they gang. They gang was from like 53rd and Harper, and you know we from 52nd and Drexel. So Duck used to come down to Drexel and he'd shoot at us. And it's like concrete jumping off the ground, hitting, and his shells hitting up the cars. Because
you say who was that? The lady? That's one of their moms. I want to say it's the one mom, not the one that's in the picture right here. It's the one that got the 35 years. This one in the picture got 25 years. I got his paperwork. His name is on this paperwork right here at the bottom. But no pictures though.
Because our 2 gangs was into it. That's the first time I even heard his name or knew about him. Man, Duck as a person, man, he was a caring dude. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
like
I say the same thing, bro. How the fuck can a drug dealer get a life sentence, bro? Like, a life sentence, bro, for drug dealing damn near, they give you 35 years for selling drugs, bro. Like, they don't got no bodies on them. They got them niggas talking about other shit, but the people that was talking about other shit, they got that specific person. Bro, if this nigga never came into that house, y'all, don't y'all realize this, sugar? If Dotson never entered that house, bro, they wouldn't have a case. The only person they gonna be able to take to jail is them. And they wouldn't have been able to give him no 35, 25 years if they did catch him. Because they caught him in that motherfucking house, man. It'd be hard to catch these drug dealers with the pack on them. Real bosses don't do that dumb shit, bro. They don't do that, bro. They don't, like, you see, they said this nigga never even drove. He don't even drive. Bro, that nigga sits in the passenger side with a driver all day long, dropping off.
Talk to me about his girlfriend problems. And that's the Duck that I know. I thought he was my friend.
didn't hurt so much for me as I did for Brandon. He has uncles and he have grandfathers and he have cousins and whatnot that could help raise him, but it's nothing like a dad. And he was very young. And having, you know, that's all he know about his dad is in and out of jail.
He doesn't look exactly like him, but he has enough of the mannerisms and just his attitude as a whole, like his dad. He's very playful, he's very smart, but just does not listen. I worry a lot. There's so much gang activity and drug activity in Rockford that I worry about both my grandsons getting involved and with wrong people. I met Bradford one night. My daughter was picking me up from work, and she introduced me to the guy in the car. This was my boyfriend. I didn't pay him any attention. First time I really, other than seeing him in the car, remember being around Brad. I went over one day, one of their friends says, Martha, think you need...
Y'all notice, like, normally in these drug cases, like Nicky Barnes and Rayful Edmonds, Alpo, my nigga, they got pictures. They got pictures of them balling out in the club. They got pictures of them, like, showing off their wealth because it's just in black people who never had shit. Not in this case, dog. You don't get none of that shit. Like, it ain't nothing you can find on this nigga, dog. Nothing.
No. Jennifer is pregnant. Oh. After that day, Brad and I became really close because I punched him. And after that, I started taking him to church with me, and I just really grew to love him, and he was just my boy.
Hello? What's up?
What's up?
Brandon, that you?
Yeah.
Happy birthday, man.
Thank you.
What'd you do for your birthday?
We went to the park.
Went to the park, what'd you do?
We played.
What kind of cake you had?
A race car.
A race car, you saved your piece?
Huh?
You saved your piece?
Nope.
Huh?
Nope.
8 years old. Get big. Brandon, find something to do positive with their free time. Even at school, you gotta just remember, like, the only way that you will be successful is with an education, Brandon. You gotta stay in school.
Okay.
That's the only way we're gonna make it. We gotta educate ourselves. Don't spend all your time sitting in the room playing a video game. Go outside and play and go to school and just be good.
Okay.
Well, I wish I was outside playing right now, running around. My son's voice give me strength, man. When I hear it, it don't break me down. Like, I don't cry. I'll be proud when I'm proud of that boy, man. When I hear his voice assures me that, like, man, I got a date still, you know? When I can able to get on the phone and I can hear his voice and it's so strong and healthy, that gives me power to, like, yeah, I can make it out and still be able to kick it with him, you know?
The severity of the situation never hit me until at 2 o'clock in the morning, I get a call from the hospital across town that he'd been mugged. And I'm thinking, well, how did that happen? They said, well, we're taking him to surgery. We'll call you when it's over. 9 o'clock the next morning, they called me that he was finally out of surgery. And I talked to the doctor because I had worked at that hospital before. And he told me that somebody had mashed Brad's hands. He said it's the worst case he'd ever seen. It took him 7 hours to put his hands back together. The hands were mashed flat. The fingers were split and the flesh was coming through. All the bones down to the wrist. Just mashed. Like hamburger.
Life in a drug house.
If you look at the video footage from the Kishwaukee house, you see bandages on both of Bradford Dotson's hands throughout that time period. And that is from Daryl Duck Davis.
Hey, so you see the bandages on the nigga hand. Tell me why that nigga smashed that nigga hands, nigga. See, these niggas is for real. Like, this is the type of shit that come with an empire and big drugs and big money. Man, you gotta put the M gang down, man. You got to, or you gotta punish people, bro, for they fucking whatever they did.
What happened was Duck suspected Bradford of snitching on the gang.
Yeah.
Or of stealing money. Something that went against Duck and the organization. So Duck gathered up the gang members over at the Underwood drug house. He had Joel Turner hold a gun to Bradford Dodson's head. Bradford Dodson was made to spread eagle on the floor, all of his clothes off, and Duck took a hammer and he broke both of Bradford Dodson's hands.
He just hit my hands 3 times on with the hammers. He busted me. It don't take that much to break no hands with no hammer. He hit my hands 3 times.
Educational.
So I did steal them guns though.
Hey man, this is
I needed cash quick because I wasn't trying to be around like that, man.
This is fair use purposes only, man. Fair use, man. Fair use. This is fair use. Smash that
I
nigga
stayed
head,
around because he like really made me come around. When I got to the hospital, he immediately came and got me from my baby mother's house. When we pulled up to the trap, I was trying to show that I wasn't affected by my hands being broke. So I was like, man, help me move this sofa. You know, so we moved the sofa, even though it was hurting. I wanted to show them that, like, man, I'm stronger than what y'all perceive. I was scared that if I tried to leave or if I didn't do what he said, that he was going to take me off somewhere and kill me somewhere. Flat out, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to tell the truth, I was scared. I didn't want to die.
Break that nigga hands for stealing. Hey, how do you break a nigga hands and still want to be down? Nigga, if them niggas broke my hands, nigga, I'm gone. I'm ski down, pause. I'm ski down. I ain't want to be down. I'm gone. Nigga, you break my motherfucking hands, nigga. I still want to be down, man. I still want to be gangster. That show you how that money, that dope money is greed, man. It's a form of greed, bro. And you don't even give a fuck. Nigga, you don't give a fuck.
I can't believe yeah, my little finger look like a highlight that comes to life. You know how to display like that on stove. You should see my shit when they got the band-aid. This hand right here, man, this motherfucker. This motherfucker can't put in the microwave.
No game, dog. For real.
Damn, man.
Bye, Grandma.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye. I see you later. I'm going over to Hyde Park. Okay. Love you. Love you, boo-boo. Bye. Bye. What did you eat for breakfast and lunch?
I had some eggs this morning. And for lunch I had a sloppy joe.
Oh, well, that's nice. You didn't have no bacon?
Nah, they don't serve bacon too often.
Okay. Well, I'm so glad to hear your voice, and, you know, you're doing fine, and I'm doing fine.
Yeah.
We're just trying to make it and trying to look forward in you coming back home with us. And that's all you can do. Oh, you got to go now? Okay, love you.
Jack C say, then make a move the couch, nigga. Hey, make that nigga move the couch with 2 broken motherfucking hands, nigga.
You too.
All right, bye.
Bye-bye.
Uh-huh.
Hey, I just seen your comment, nigga.
It's funny how my life ended up on the road to self-destruction. When I was younger, a kid, I should say around the age of 8 or 9 years old, I hated drugs and I hated gangs. I grew up in a house with a mother and an uncle who was addicted to cocaine and heroin. In the midst of all this chaos, you have my grandmother, who I love with all my heart and soul. She kept a roof over my head, designer clothes on my back, and made sure I didn't miss a meal. My grandmother provided for me and my sister the best she could. She even did her best to teach me how to be a man. She told me to stand up for myself, to beat the living shit out of anyone who disrespected me. She always tried to keep me away from drugs, and she always said, boy, you see how that shit got your mama, your daddy, your uncle looking like skin and bones? Don't you ever fuck with that shit. And I remember her saying that, them little voices in my head to this day.
miss my grandson very much. He's always been in my life. I raised my children by myself with no support. My children and my grandkids. That was my choice of taking care of them. That was my choice because I didn't want to see them in the system. And I did the best I could to shelter them as much as I could, to shelter them. I am very much surprised with this. Very much surprised. And I'm also disappointed in him being in jail because, you know, as a grandparents, we don't choose these things for our children or our grandkids. You know, he wasn't raised like this here. I punched the time clock. My grandparents and my mother, they taught me to punch the time clock, and I tried to instill this in my kids. You have to work for what you get. I don't know what went wrong. I think the peer pressure, I think getting involved with the wrong type of people. I think that's where it came from. You know, you want to follow the leader, do what you see everybody else do. This is how I feel as a grandparent, you know, and I'm hoping that he'll get through this. He'll get through,
like my fault. Like me using drugs. You know, you never see me get high or anything like that. But as a parent getting high, I wonder, is it my fault? I really feel guilty about this. You know, did I start this? Did I start him? You know, even not saying bringing it around him, but just the idea of me doing it. Am I the cause of this?
It's an effect. It has an effect on your children. It has an effect on your children because
see the domino effect that this caused, from the grandma to the mama to the sister to the kids. Bro, it's a domino effect of you going to jail, bro. We just look at it's us. It's us, my nigga. This should be a domino effect, bro.
It also had an effect on me as a parent. So I'm sure it has an effect on him. I'm very disappointed in you all, too. And you know, definitely, I speak frankly.
All right, but I've tremendously slowed down.
Definitely.
I haven't had any heroin in 2 months. I had started back because I got depressed again. I really think about this all the time. Am I the reason for this? Him doing this?
I mean,
I could be.
An influence.
It could be all my fault still. It could be my, yes, it could be all my, it could be all my fault. It could still be my fault.
Not at all.
Even though you and Dad did everything, me and my trust still respect you. Never embarrassed to walk down the street, this is my mama. Walking down the street, this is my daddy. Because even though y'all did drugs, you were a good parent. You did us good. You didn't beat us. We didn't get raped. You didn't take us to no drug houses. You ain't never leave us, abandon us. So don't feel bad. Yeah, you know, you hurt us. But you ain't never did shit to us like, you know, people could say my mama did this to me. Or my mama let this man rape me because,
that's what happened to me.
You know, she was off drugs and didn't know.
Listen, man, going to motherfucking Payless shoe store, for all y'all old folks that's my age, we used to have a shoe store, but where they call Payless, nigga, where they got XJ900s and shit like that in there. Where they used to sell the Shaq shoes at, my nigga. They didn't have a pair of shoes in Payless didn't cost no more than $30, nigga. Nigga, my mama shopped at thrift stores, presents wrapped in newspaper, all that. I knew I couldn't ask. When it became to the point where I knew I couldn't ask my mama, where I knew the answer was no, I was on the corner.
Some children will sell to their mothers or give their mothers heroin and cocaine. That's something my drug would never do. And see, and most parents expect their children that sells drugs for them to give them heroin and cocaine, or to buy that for them. I've never asked him to buy me any heroin. Or even to get, no, he wouldn't do it anyway. He wouldn't give me any money for it or anything like that. He would not do that. But there is a lot of people expecting their kids. We have family members that expect their children to buy.
I be torn when it comes to shit like that, bro. Cause I thank God I never had to go through this. I never had to sell my mom drugs or my uncle or nothing. Like, I've never had that dealing with selling my blood uncle Or maybe my cousin I have, but sell my mama drugs or give it to her for free, I never had to make that decision. That's a crazy ass decision to make. Would you want your mom out there buying drugs, buying some bad dope from anybody? Or would you just rather give it to her so you can know that she's safe? And man, I'm torn between that shit, man. Or would you not give it to her, period?
By them heroin and cocaine. And I'm still wondering, am I the reason for this?
Mama sell drugs, go from big time, don't dealers, big, don't fiend. She lost everything. That's what happens. That's what happens.
I used to be ashamed when my mother had.
You know why, Sugar, this happens in our mother's times? Because that's the crack era. Meaning, these are the times that they had the best drugs. The best drugs. How many dealers turned smokers? Because they tried the shit, dog. Hey, I'll tell you, they had the best drugs then. So, you know.
Had to come up to the school to check up on me or come and get me because I was suspended for fighting or something.
Say you've been in that position with your sister.
I was embarrassed because of how the drugs affected her appearance. One thing I can say about my mother is she never stole from my family, though. And she always bought me and my sister clothes and shoes and then got high with whatever money she had left.
So just give Casey
I never really once blamed him on my head because I was raised to be my own man. I made my own decisions. I still knew right from wrong. No one ever forced me to sell drugs, carry guns, use guns, fuck somebody up, rob somebody. Any criminal act I did on my own because that's what I wanted to do.
Damn. I gotta leave that shit up.
I thought I was going to die with that pipe in my hand. I really did. But I can sit here with confidence and say I'll never use cocaine again in my life. Cocaine is no longer part of who I am. Hasn't been for a long time. I botched up motherhood. I botched it. I did. Look where my son is. I remember very clearly. I had been in my addiction maybe 7 or 8 years. And Daryl said to me, Ma, I know what you're doing. And if you go down, I'm going to go crashing down with you. I didn't hear him. He was crying out to me then. I didn't hear him. I couldn't hear him because I was so deep in my addiction, I could not hear him.
Hell yeah.
I wish I had heard him. I wish.
I'm 31, so
I wish I had heard him.
I appreciate. He said, I grew up in the dope business house. Man, I done slept in these houses. Except the only difference is the motherfucking crackhead owned the motherfucking, not no motherfucking drug dealer. I done slept in them crack houses before. Not using drugs, selling them, being homeless, wanting to be out on the streets and do what the fuck I want to do and not listen to my mama. So I got to live in a crack house. You know, and sleep in the crack house with dope fiend. Nigga, have you ever had to sleep on your pockets, nigga? Sleep on your pockets, nigga. Make sure you sleep on the pockets that your money is on, nigga. Y'all ain't like this is shit that we had to do, nigga. Like, nigga, I'm telling you, man. That's why nobody can't tell me nothing about, nigga. I came from this shit, nigga. Nigga, I was raised in a good house. Nigga, I stayed in the projects. My mama got us up out of there, nigga. My mama is a beautician. My mama got an instructor's license to teach people how to do hair too. You know what I'm saying, nigga? We was just poor. Cause my mama was going to school. You know what I'm saying? And the nigga just couldn't take no more, man. Nigga got tired of getting laughed at about them clothes, them hand-me-downs and all that shit, nigga. My mama never bought me one pair of Jordans. Never. That's why I'm addicted to the shit right now. That's why I buy them hoes back to back to back to back. They go, oh, you a shoe hustler. Nigga, this the shit I couldn't get when I was little, nigga. So when I always said, when I get grown, when I used to ask my mom to buy me, can she buy me some Jordans? And she used to tell me no. You know what I used to say afterwards? Man, when I get grown, man, I'm gonna buy all the shoes that I want endlessly. And that's what I do.
Get on stone, I get them done like this when I'm busting. And I got away with, you know, the 7 got 7 shots, and I got away with like 3-4 shells. Stomping right at Pebbles crib, I left the thing.
My child did not have negligent parents. He wasn't hungry, didn't miss a day's meal, was not homeless. I wasn't a crackhead, his dad wasn't a crackhead, wasn't abusive. None of that. None of the things that society say is the reason why these children do what they do. They do it because they want to, number one. And they do it because someone has enticed them. The drug dealers come through and they see easy, gullible young people and they offer them, and it's exciting. You know, the possibility, the rims, the car. I am angry at him for not, I'm actually angry at him for allowing.
Hey, you wanna know what's crazy? El Cinco nigga went from Pro Wings to J's, but a nigga went straight to cars. I'm talking about, bro, we were 15 with cars. We were 15 in cars. Hey, you wanna know why I bought a car? I'm gonna tell you why I bought a car. Cause I knew that if I had a car, nigga, they wouldn't laugh at me at school no more. I knew that if I pulled up in the car at this little young tender age of 15, 16, I pulled up in the car, nigga, they wouldn't be worried about what's on my feet. You get what I'm saying? Nigga, I had a car when I was 15, the same car got me put out my mama's house. The same vehicle. And I could get my mama on the phone right now, and she'll tell you, I bought a car home, a Cadillac. I thought that every drug dealer was supposed to have a Cadillac because I was listening to Too Short. Hey, that same fucking Cadillac got my bitch ass kicked the fuck out that house, nigga.
Someone to sell him a dream of nothing. And I believe that that's what it was.
Oh, Stone, I'm gonna go to the hospital. Oh, shit. Who got my 10 millimeter?
That's what I was. Like in the 8th grade.
There ain't no 10, man. It's a 7. It's a 7.
Knew that if I had a Cadillac,
Bradford Dotson wasn't a forcer, just a brooding hard case. The shooting at McDonald's, where he did shoot Julio Allen during that dinner time incident, it was just brazen.
Now here we go. The niggas talking about bodies. Now we didn't scratch out the drug talk. These niggas guilty on the drug part. Now here we go with the y'all doing shit on the streets, then coming back to the house, then talking about it.
Man, I put a goddamn dust in there, man. You shot them up in the joint of the head. I shot it kids, you know what I'm saying? The first nigga said I did something like, y'all got a blood.
Definitely remember those, man. Hey, Anthony, I'm telling you.
From the beginning, when I first even joined the gang, I was being somebody that I wasn't. You know, I wasn't being Bradford Dodson. I was being the hustler. They wanted me to be the one that they accepted. They ain't like.
Make sure you drop your link, Miss Sabian.
Bradford Dodson. They liked the hustler. So for all them years, I was being a hustler. I wasn't being Bradford V. Dodson. I got my hands messed up, bandaged up. I ain't got no money. I can't get out of Rockford. We in tour with gang members all over the city. I was just going to try to find a way to get out all the way. I was going to make Doug feel comfortable to the part where, like, here, drop his guard. And then that's when I was going to make my move to get away.
Mr. Mo's out of Chicago.
Yeah. But don't like to just move around.
Yeah. I was
wait a minute. Like, hey, move around. I got you, man. Can't move around. That's what you think I should do.
You right.
Think I should move around so we just go fade out the background. Shit, not right now. No, I don't want to no more, but I do more. But at the same time, it's on.
Fucking double tap the screen, man. Let's get these likes to 150, man. 150, dog. We almost there. Double tap the screen, man. 150. That's all I'm asking for is a free 150, man. Y'all double tap the screen for me if y'all can. Like, share, and subscribe too.
I just don't want to leave the bus. Why you do that shit, man? Because you get pride of It's like I grown up so much more, I can't be out there like this.
Yeah, nah, you get to see it for real. We want people to see this shit. You know, you get what I'm saying? Raw reaction. Because motherfuckers always talk about they trapping and rapping and flipping and dipping and slipping and slipping and dipping and dipping. You know what I'm saying? Y'all need to see this shit, man. Yeah, they get some money. But you need to see the outcome of the income. Nigga. They gotta see this shit, raw reaction. This is shit that I ain't been through this. I done been through shit where the doors done came down. Yeah, I have.
This shit just
Nothing to be proud of. Them are learning lessons for me.
I boarded the Greyhound bus to Las Vegas. It was like 10:11 a.m. August the 20th. I was done. My hand was broke. I wiped the blood off my hand. I had a flu stone. I was done.
Oh, this some good content. I can tell. I know y'all was gonna like this content right here. I know y'all.
Hey, honey. Hey, Brad. Hey, Brad.
This ain't good news.
What's up, man?
Who's that, Daddy?
Mm-hmm. I cooked the juicy loosies you and I were talking about.
Like a 40 piece, black. 42,
and baked beans, the famous baked beans.
They gonna barbecue what's on here?
Huh?
Hello?
You still here?
We still here.
What do you miss the most at home?
3 more likes, y'all, on this video. 3 more likes.
We know that, but on the day like today.
What about changes? What kind of changes have you made for yourself?
I noticed that the only problem that I really had, my most problem was just being too materialistic.
All right.
So who y'all seeing is all these faces, these beautiful black people that y'all seeing. Y'all seeing all these faces are the people that you heard from doing the shit that you do, fool. They out having a barbecue. And we can't really have fun for them because we got you on our heart and our mind. You know what I'm saying? Something missing. That's what I be trying to tell people.
That they put me up in here, they only give you, everybody got the same clothes, everybody get the same amount of minutes. So I know, like, if I was to get a second chance, I wouldn't be materialistic.
Well, you know what? You already got a second chance. You know why? You're alive. And as long as you're alive, you can do better. And when you can do better, there's always going to be some improvement.
Now, when I know better, I do better.
That's right. So you have to look at it like that. You know, prisons are too full of our young black men. You know, y'all have got to make better choices for yourself and realize that your family is your family at home and not the family that you think is in the streets.
You can get the paperwork by just Googling his name because this case is so old. That shit is up there. Go Google this guy's name. Once you Google either one of their names, Dotson or whatever this guy's name is right here, it's gonna come up the list of all the people, the indictment and everything.
Dad, I've been asleep.
Yep.
I looked up one day and I'm in the feds for 35 years. I woke up. That's when I woke up. I just want to be free. I want to hug my children. I want to go to the lakefront. I want to see the fireworks.
For real.
I want to be at them barbecues.
For real.
I got to stay strong.
You're still blessed. You're still alive. You're above ground. A lot of people don't get that chance. You understand?
Yeah.
So now, I make it your mission to teach somebody else. Maybe you can help somebody else not make those same mistakes, because that's what it's really all about.
Daddy.
Huh?
This phone's finna cut off. You see how it's beeping?
Right.
This phone's finna cut off in a couple minutes. I think it's like probably 30 seconds.
Okay, well, you know we love you.
Brad. Love you.
Love you.
Love you.
Love all y'all.
All right, keep your head up and I'll write.
All right.
All right, love you.
Don't.
Wrong.
Yeah. I really hate the way those calls just end like that because you have things you want to say.
Thank y'all for getting them lights up, y'all. Thank y'all. Shit real, man. Why you keep the house? That was the game, man.
Why do I keep the house? Because I'm planning on one day fixing it up, and I want to have a place for him when he do come home.
Jackie said he was moving in silence back then, man.
You know, the area is nice. My neighbors is nice. You can't find a neighborhood like this. So that's why I want to come back. Surrounded by hospitals, parks.
You can't get them old folks to leave nowhere.
And oh, by the way, the president. This is the president, Obama.
Hey, them old folks don't give a damn how many people get killed up the street, nigga. You can't make them move. They ain't gonna tell shit either, and they ain't gonna move. You know what I'm saying? You gotta love the old souls, man. Like our grandmothers and shit, bro. You got to, man. They paved the way for this shit, man.
Obama's area.
Right.
He lives in Hyde Park.
You can't make them move nowhere. Hey,
This was his room a long time
how
ago.
long my grandma stayed on
Montreal.
the Austin, Texas?
So I'm trying to get it back together. So I don't know if I'll be able to or not. All I can do is try. I think since he's been in penitentiary, I'm not just saying it because he's my grandson, but I think he has changed. You know, I've been a parent and a grandparent. Yeah, I feel frustrated and I feel mad a lot of time and I feel disgusted like any parent would be. You know, that's me. I really do. Because he didn't have to choose this. And now he realized so that he's made a mistake. He realized it. And like I told him, you ain't got no friends out here. I'm your friend. I always talking, my friend. You ain't got no friend. What you all doing out there is a money thing, not a friend thing.
That's all it is.
They don't mix.
It's a money
Same
thing.
people ain't caring nothing about
It
you.
ain't about no friend.
Same people will kill you or have you killed.
Definitely.
Because I know how people are.
Definitely.
At least he didn't get on drugs, and I'm glad of that.
The investigation lasted approximately 6 weeks. To get 6 weeks out of it was more than we could have hoped for. Duck and a number of members of the organization drove into Chicago to obtain more heroin. They were under surveillance in the Chicago area when they became targets of a drive-by shooting. Suddenly, out of nowhere, a second vehicle pulled up alongside Duck and an individual started shooting. The agents in Chicago had to immediately take action, which required them to pursue the vehicle that the shots had come out of. Duck could see these cars suddenly come from nowhere. He put it all together right then and there. He knew he was under surveillance, and he suspected other things might be wrong back in Rockford.
Also, and Slick Cloud just rolled past. He looked like his.
So while they being watched by the laws, see, this what make the shit 10 times even worse. They being watched by the laws, my nigga. They have a drive-by. So you know if the laws is watching your house and somebody do some shit like that, they're gonna go after the cars. They have no choice but. If the laws is watching your house and your ops come do a drive-by on it in front of them undercovers, my nigga, they are coming after them shooters. You know what I'm saying? So now it's getting sticky. People starting to figure shit out. You know what I'm saying?
He then placed a call that we intercepted in the dope house in which he warned the individuals there that he thought he was being followed by federal investigators and that they should get out of the house immediately.
They scrambled back to Rockford that night, Ambrose Jones in the SUV, and Duck, we later learned, in a taxi. That was when the jig was up, so to speak, and it was time for us to start making arrests, which is what we did on September 14th.
advantages of things that were starting to happen. Like we knew that was coming, like prison. You know what I'm saying? I knew it was coming, but I didn't picture it coming like that.
I would have liked it to go longer because I wanted to find his source of drugs, his supply of money, find more about up the chain. So I would have liked it to go on longer. Surprise, you never know. Stuff like this, sometimes you think things are going to be quick and they take forever. You don't know.
After the arrests were made, there were 16 individuals charged. 13 of those ultimately pled guilty, and 3 of them went to trial. The defendants here received lengthy sentences. The leader of this conspiracy, Daryl Davis, received a 42-year sentence. And that trickled down to the other members of the conspiracy, and like Bradford Dotson receiving a 35-year sentence after trial. Montrell McSwain, a 25-year sentence after trial. The sentences handed down in cases like this are draconian. 42 years for Daryl Duck Davis is a life sentence. He is going to be an old man when he gets out. When a group like Titanic Stones get to the point where they're that organized and are terrorizing the streets, you're left with no choice. Law enforcement is left with no choice but to take them off. He was simply too dangerous and ordered too many violent acts to leave out on the street.
Good morning, thank you.
I'll be back to take your order.
Okay, thank you.
I think it's been 5 years since we really started a long-term investigation on these guys.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible. It's one of those cases, it's a case of a lifetime that you work, really. This case really made me proud of you, Michael. When you think about it, you have the generations of the police. A lot of police families, fathers, sons, and grandfathers were the police. But the same is true on the other side, the criminal side. I've been around for many years and have arrested grandfathers of people that we're dealing with now. So I've dealt with their fathers and their grandfathers. And it seems like it's just something that just continues on. There are certainly a lot of success stories, and that's not to generalize it, to say that everybody that's been arrested is going to continue with a life of crime, but there seems to be a pattern there that it's very difficult to break from. If you look at them individually, how did they get to that point that they're in a house on Kishwaukee Street in Rockford?
Man.
How'd they get to that point in their life? They're from Chicago, they're young guys. What is it in their life that went wrong? They're born into a family where there might not have been a father present, where some of their mothers were drug users, where they themselves were just put in a situation that they were almost born to lose.
Well, I think anytime you see a story end where young men in the prime of their lives go to spend the majority of their time in federal prison, I think that is tragic. They weren't much younger than me. Our paths certainly never crossed in life, but we had very different upbringings, very different advantages or disadvantages, and you wonder if a Montrell McSwain or a Bradford Dotson was given the upbringing that I had, for example, if things would have turned out differently.
From our standpoint, these are dangerous guys. We had to take them off the street. We wanted them to go away for the rest of their lives. From this family standpoint, they put aside what they did. That's still their loved one. It's their son or their brother. They love them no matter what they did. I think sometimes it's not only tragic, but sometimes it's a relief for them because they know what they're doing. Their son or their brother, whoever it might be, they know they're in Rockford dealing dope. There's two ways out of that. You're going to the penitentiary or you're going to end up dead.
Wow.
Every day that the phone would ring or I would hear the siren, I thought, okay, that someone's going to tell me, come identify your son. Because that was definitely the path that he was going down.
Man.
I could have been a better parent. I know I'm a better person. I've proven that I'm a better person than that. But unfortunately, my son doesn't know me in my present state. And that hurts me. Come on, it's raining. Oh boy. My grandchildren.
I'm proud of the mama, man. Mama is definitely doing her thing, man. To come from where they come from, much respect to the mothers, man. For real.
They're sweethearts. No, get in the back, get in the back. Little Daryl's 6. And Deshante is 7. Wonderful, wonderful children.
Okay, can you give us a pop because we don't got that much money?
Okay, I'll give you some money. They don't know the nature of what has happened. They just know their dad's in jail. And when is he getting out? Daryl, go sit down. Yes. I want to sit here. You sit over there, please. You want some french fries? Okay. Yeah, it's a joy having them. It's an absolute joy. I'm getting a second chance at this. Go to the front and say, excuse me, could I please have some barbecue sauce? Can you do that? No, I didn't ask you. I told her. You want another hamburger?
Y'all subscribe to Miss Sissy page. Subscribe to that page.
How was your trip in?
Make sure y'all subscribe to that page.
Okay, let's go.
Stop it right there, man, because it's over with, man. But yeah, man, like y'all gotta be with me, man. Shout out to all the mothers, man. Them strong black mothers, man. The strong, whatever color your mama is, man, that's having to deal with their sons or their daughters out here wanting to be in the drug game, man. Man, you hurt people too, fool. People don't understand that shit. This is not me glorifying none of this shit, my nigga. This is part of the reason why I never went back. Videos like this remind me of, nigga, I'm never doing this shit again. Never. Never, ever, 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 ever. Like, y'all, I'm never doing this again. Never. You can cancel Christmas on that type of bullshit, man. But, it's been my 2 hours of power, man, for y'all. Y'all been a good damn audience today, man. Good damn audience today, man. I go by the name of Self-Made Hustle TV. Well, the hustle has to be in you, not on you. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe. Share this shit out. I got memberships. If y'all need one, just comment at the bottom of the video and I can get it for y'all, man. Salute.